va a ser mi compañero, márquele, compa, estamos, dice.
Me quieren encadenado, dicen por ser traficante, quieren mi retrato hablado y creen con eso atraparme. Si aceptaron compromisos, yo no he de retractarme.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Jorge Razo podcast, Conociendo a los Músicos, acompañado por un compa muy especial. Aquí mi compa Michael Ruiz, compadre, muchas gracias por
Thank
llegarme.
you, compa. I appreciate you for having me. Me siento muy afortunado ahí for your time and your team right here. I'm thankful.
No, thank you, compa. I appreciate you coming out here, your time. An East LA native, driving out here, pues, it's not too fun, compa, so I appreciate you fucking coming out here. Y salud, compa, muchas gracias. And compa, now that I have you here, más que nada quiero aprovechar también a saludar a mi compa Obi for making it happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, compa Obi.
Compa Obi, saludos.
He actually told me, he was like, hey, let's hit up Michael, see if he's down and shit like that. And, I'm really grateful that you're willing to come on, compa.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Just, meet new people, network is always take advantage of, being with new people, learning from new people. That's a good experience. And advice for people out there, always network with everybody.
Yeah, definitely, compa, definitely. And well, let's get to know you a little bit, compa, for the people that follow me and are listening to the channel and shit like that. Just tell me a little bit about yourself, compa. De dónde viene, and shit like that. How old you are and shit like that.
A little bit about myself. My name is Michael Ruiz. That's my official name. I was born in East LA, raised in East LA, Boyle Heights, in that area. Also in South Central. I say I'm from there, but I feel like I was adopted by everybody, South Central, HP. I've been adopted by all those areas because I went to school in Roosevelt, but then I got kicked out, problems. Then I went to Huntington Park, graduated there. So I know a lot of people in that area. So I feel adopted from everybody, the hood right there, all those people. At the end of the day, those are the people that support me a lot. And, they're the reason that I keep pushing people that, support me. So I was born there, grew up in the hood. So I can relate to a lot of stories from a lot of you that are from the hood. I've seen it all, been there, So that's a little bit about me. But the music, it came later on. My family is not a musician. None of my family.
None of them.
Nobody, nobody. So first generation, it caught my ear and I fell in love with it when I saw it.
Nah, compa, and it's funny that you say, your actual name is Michael Ruiz. There's a lot of musicians out there that go on with different names. They don't like using their own name and shit like that. And when you started playing this music, ¿cómo es que empezaste? Like, how'd you hear about it? How did you, because I know you play the accordion, pues. So.
Yeah. So you're right. I used to play the accordion. We'll get into that detail. I just want to get in how I started in the music.
Yeah.
Like I want to,
No, definitely.
I want to just, let me see if I could relate. But I remember when I used to go to Rosa, it was about the flyer parties. Remember the flyer parties? We all went to them. We all
went there.
Flyer parties, it was the thing, And in Rosa, I was at the flyer parties and the desmadre, But after that, I got kicked out of Huntington Park. And Huntington Park, I didn't know one person. I was brand new. It was like a new world to me. At Huntington Park, there's a lot of, a lot of paisanos right there, and they dress with their boots. I'll see people with boots, and it'd just be a whole world, like, what? Like, with their guayaberas. I'm like, oh, cool, or whatever. And then during the time that I was there, I'll see, during lunchtime, some guy will take his accordion by a tree. He'll take his piano accordion with the bauces. I'm like, damn, look at these fools. They don't give a fuck. So I was just like, that's sick, and they'll play like that. Like, damn, like I'll kick it over here, but my eye was always over here,
Yeah.
So they'll play. They'll be on Fridays. I remember they all go fajados with their accordion, and right there, that was their spot. But I never kicked it because that wasn't my thing,
Yeah.
But then it caught my attention. Like they'll be playing, the rolas. I'm like, damn, that's sick,
You didn't really fuck with the music, or you just didn't?
No, I didn't. That was not my music. My music was, the hip hop, the rap, the flyer parties. But like something about it was just like pulling me over. Like I go that way, like that. That's just
Caught your attention and shit.
So I started listening to like La Nueva Rebelión, El Tigrillo Palma,
Oh,
those
back
times.
when they were hitting, my chief.
07, 08, like Trio Palma, freaking, all those groups back then. It just, los chiquinarcos, the rolas. I'm like, that. I'll bump it on my phone during lunch. So I started getting into that. So then I told myself one day I'm gonna play an instrument, I'll play the accordion. So I remember I got to my pad one time. I told my dad, hey, I want to play the accordion. He's like, you're crazy. I'm like, I want to play it. Like, I'm going to buy you one on the weekend. I'm like, all right, cool. It started off as like, not a joke, but like, all right, let's go, So he was cool about it. And once I got it, I will practice, but it got to a point like, hey, vete al garage,
De que estás enfadando acá, cabrón.
So I was like, hey, well, I used to put YouTube videos and I used to like, I didn't know nothing. Like, I was like, so then it just started going like that. I would go home and I'll see YouTube videos and it started like that. Then in my senior year, I got into the talent show with a banda. My compa Poncho, rest in peace. He used to play the tambora with banda, what banda was it? La Bajadora. He used to play la tambora, compa Poncho. My compa Heriberto, his brother, he played chacheta. They did me the paro. I used to do serenatas in those times. I started, from the accordion. I started doing serenatas. I was charging like $80. I remember for a serenata, tuba, the homie Piglet, tuba, my compa. They would do me the paro just because, hey, I'm learning how to play. Can you guys go with me? Yeah, so me hacían el paro. And I'll even give them like $20 for a tuba. That's like, what the fuck? So those musicos know that $20 is rarely for someone to go be like, all right, cool, But my compas will do me the paro just because I liked it,
Yeah.
So me acompañaban en el talent show. We had a talent show in HP and we had the banda with the accordion. So we mixed it up and we won first place. Everybody was happy. And, so that was a little bit of my thing.
Of how you started
in high school, how I started. But then after high school, it wasn't like, I'm in a grupo,
Yeah. So you start off in high school, you start off, not like you said, not like a joke, but more so like thinking of it not too serious. Como quien dice, ¿no?
Yeah, not serious at first. It was like, I'm just gonna learn because I see other people like, it's like a hobby,
Because I want to learn.
Yeah, because I want to learn and it was something cool like that. But it wasn't like, this is my career, this is my grupo. It wasn't even like that. But then I got into a talent show, me metí allí y pues me gustó, la gente. So I graduated high school, me salí de ahí. Y luego mi compa Eri hey, we need un acordeonista acá en el Río Nilo. I'm not gonna forget that. En el Río Nilo nomás están pagando como 60. I'm like, wow. My first year, I'm like, boy, I don't really know, Y nomás tenía
That was your first gig?
My first gig in my life con una banda. Like, nomás vas a tocar 3 rolas. Dice, it was like Emilio Cázares. And it was like, I'm like, pero nomás tengo un acordeón. Era una Horner Panther de Sol. He's like, consiguió otra. It was esa rola El Comando del Diablo. I'm not going to forget El Comando del Diablo, Emilio Cázares, and it was another one. I think it was Centenario. Pero that was my first gig.
El Centenario.
Yeah, like it was like first gig. So me acuerdo que esa semana de la gig, I was practicing those rolas machín. Like, I don't want to, no me quiero, quedar así,
I don't want to look bad and shit.
So, llegó el día, me fui, toqué las rolas, me pagaron, estuvo chingón. It was already another step. My compa Poncho again, Eddie. That was my first gig in my life at Río Nilo. Y de ahí así quedó. I'm like, ¿qué tal si empiezo a acompañar a alguien? Pero no me sabía muchas rolas. So then from there, una vez, otra segunda, third tocada, me amanecí con un compa y tocamos como unas 13 horas y llegué a la casa como con $300. Que haz la cuenta, 13 horas, $300. Dices tú, pues cuando estábamos cobrando como 60 la hora, 70.
Damn.
Yeah, y mi compa Woody en el bajo sexto, my boy right there con el grupo de Detonante. Yo lo recogía a mi compa Woody y nos íbamos a las gigs y jalaba conmigo. Pero yo llegaba con $300 a la casa y tú a los 19, 20 decías, fuck, $300.
That's a
Y
lot.
a tu jefa decías $300, uno chambea ir a $300 en una noche. Y ahorita piensas y dices, fuck, $300.
300,
I mean, it's cool.
The whole 13 hours, compa.
13
como
hours,
que-
300, but, my boys, los músicos saben ahí. So, ahí empecé y I used to play soccer in college. So, it was still not my thing, the music,
Yeah.
Era más un hobby nomás, no era mi dedicación, mi grupo, no era nada.
And what pulled you towards more like getting into the music scene as opposed to, following a career in una chamba or como quien dice, like in the soccer thing? Or, what pulled you towards it?
Pues, el soccer era mi pasión, soccer era todo, toda mi vida jugué. Y una vez tenía como 14 años y me dieron una carta para ir a las reservas del national team.
Oh, okay.
Pero mis papás no tenían suficiente dinero para pagar el trip y pues no tenían y pues yo me sentía mal, like, man, I can't go. It was like the soccer thing and my parents couldn't pay it. I had to go to Europe and they couldn't pay it. They couldn't. It was like 5,000. They couldn't pay it. They couldn't pay it. And I was like, man, eso me agüitó a little bit. So I was like, man, so that was my dream. So and I kept going. I went to college. I played college ball. Y estando en college ball, estando ya yendo al colegio y todo, que me habla un compa. Yo empecé en el YouTube, pero también más que nada, un compa René Sánchez en el acordeón. Es un camarada, toca con los Indomables de Huetamo. Mi dad, una vez estábamos en Downey, y mi dad, like, I'm gonna bust a U-turn. Le digo, no lo hagas, te van a parar. Like, no, dice no U-turn, lo voy a hacer. He busted a U-turn. So, cuando he busted a U-turn, pum, nos chinga la jura. Y le dan un ticket a mi jefe. Le dan un ticket. Y yo en ese tiempo estaba buscando a quién me enseñara a tocar la acordeón porque no había nadie. And it's hard to find. I know a lot of musicians, we're busy and it's hard to, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, my dad gets a ticket. He goes to ticket school y conoce al homie de René. Le dice, yo tengo un hijo ahí. Y ya ahí, te conecto con René. Y a mi jefe me llevaba cada semana con René, mi compa. So, yo siempre digo, si mi jefe nunca hubiera agarrado ese ticket, nunca hubiera ido a René y nunca me hubiera...
Si me hubiera hecho caso, pues...
Yeah, so I'm saying destiny's destiny, and I met René, so así quedó. So when I was in college, René hits me up, hey, my primo plays for El Commander. They're looking for an accordion player, and I'm like, damn, what do you mean, El Commander? You know, and I was like, well, I'm down. He's like, you're gonna go to Oklahoma, Texas. It was just like, boom, boom. And I was like, yeah, like, hey, you're going to go to Texas, Oklahoma this weekend. Are you down? You know, te van a pagar tanto. And te van a pagar los gastos, fly. Pues I was about 19, 20 years old. And I was like, damn, like, all right, you know, I'm down. And my head was like, I even want to go buy I had a Horner. I want to go buy a Gavanelli that week just to go start gigging. Yeah, so René, so I started doing the puzzle. Like, my dad busted a U-turn. Mi jefe conoció al amigo de René. René started teaching me, and then René took me to Commander.
Took you to Commander.
So then that's when it started right there.
And so you jump drastically, compa. You jump from, you know, just playing a little Honda.
Yeah, not even having a group or nothing.
No grupo, no nothing. Yeah. Just gigging, having fun with it and shit like that. And de repente, let's go to Commander.
Let's go to Commander. And Commander had his rola del catch already. He had El Señor de las Hummers. He already had his. He was already taking off. You know?
Like, that fama, you hit that peak with him, like when he was fucking.
He was barely gonna take. His
I mean, sorry,
because he was already elevating already. Like, El Commander, and then to me was like, damn, El Commander. So I'm like, I'm down. So I left that weekend, and that's where you found love, like on the stage, people recording, and I'm like, damn.
How was that first gig, compa, on those big scenarios?
Yeah, so when you get, like, you forget about everything. You just see people recording you, and like, and it's just like, man, it feels like sometimes people, people try to ask you, like, how does it feel? Like, sometimes I can't even explain how it feels because it's a feeling you're never gonna be able to explain. There's nothing to describe the feeling you feel when you're on stage y la gente te está grabando and you're doing your thing, what you love, and, you know, you're just having a great time. There's nothing that you can describe. There's not one word that could describe how you really feel, you know?
But how was your mindset, though? Like, mindset going in, like, were you nervous at all?
So at first I was nervous, like, man, I'm flying over there. You know, I had never been, you know, out of town. And the trippier part is that, you know, a couple of years before I graduated high school, I used to play football. I had a scholarship for a Division II school, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't want to go because my mom had gotten an accident and my family was going through hard times. So I'm like, I can't leave my family. Like, I'm gonna be over there and like I can't go through that. So like I declined the scholarship and I ended up gigging in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm like, damn, going to Tulsa and allá fui, you know, it was like nervous, like, and it was just, you know, so when I got over there, I'm just gonna do my thing and we practiced a little bit and you know, it was from there, you know, I found love and then we started gigging more and then I started going to boom, I started going and then you're talking about from there I can tell you way more stories that I had with him, with Commander. We had a, you know.
How long was that How long did you play for him for?
I played with him for like about 2.5 years, 2 years, almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah, I used to go everywhere where he was at. I used to go to Mexico, to everywhere in the U.S. I used to go to Arizona, Washington, Florida, Atlanta.
What's the best place that you played at, compa, with El Commander?
The best place I can say I ever played was in Michoacan, in Morelia, Michoacan, because my family's from there.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousins, they were there.
Oh, they all pulled up.
Yeah, I took my cousin, rest in peace, Samuel Ruiz. You know, he was right there, and you know, like I grew up porque when I was little, mis papás me mandaban a México a vivir como 4 meses. So I'll go every year and I'll stay there and I'll live with them. Mm-hmm. So la cotorreamos. My first peda was over there, like hardcore. When I was like 16, we got faded, and for them to see me now, how I was up there was like, damn, you know.
Like,
and it was we played with like Banda El Recodo too, so it was like 50,000 people. It was packed, you know, in Michoacán, Morelia, El Comande. You see, it was 50,000 people, and I wasn't even nervous. Like it was more about like, man, my family's here, you know.
You were just so you were so focused on like putting on a show for your family.
Nah, I didn't care how
that
many
you didn't really
people
care who saw you.
Yeah, so it was like very special, and you know, my cousin passed away, so you know, he was young, and it was just a special moment. My cousins were there, and my other girl cousins, I took them on stage, and they were like, oh, damn, like, you know, it was like I grew up with them, and now he's here, and it was like so special. Like, it was the music. So, you know, my family was there, they met El Commander, and it was just something so cool, you know. So that was very special. And I mean, there was times though I played in like Uruapan, Michoacán, and like, there were scary times. Like, even people like músicos, no, aunque no digan, hey, vamos a tocar en La Ruana, or say deep in there, you're like, oh, damn, like, yo sé que hay músicos que la pasan, like, hey, los vendan, all that is true, just to clarify, like the músicos go through that, los vendan, like, you know, like, you know, go here.
You ever got fucking blindfolded?
One time, in Guadalajara.
The way you responded was like,
yeah, in Guadalajara, we you know, there's some stories right there that, like, it's crazy, the things you see. And like I said, a lot of músicos can relate to me. Han visto muchas cosas. So, you know, we seen crazy stuff. And I'm telling you, so as a person, I'm not going to lie to you, I did think a few times, man, am I going to make it back home? Because it's like you're going into, you don't know. I mean, Paz Descansa, a lot of artists that they've been in parties and then boom, they pull up.
Shit happens.
And it sucks, you know, and it's sad. And you know, like every day, just be thankful, you know. And when I'll leave, I'll just pray and just, you know, hopefully make it back. And, you know, those are stuff that we go through as musicians. A lot of you know, it's part of it.
You never been hesitant, compa, to be like, nah, I'm not going?
I haven't really. Only one time when some guy wanted a corrido, they hit me up through like a fake page though. And like, hey, you know, I got you, and like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna give you a deposit. I'm like, let me FaceTime you, and like, I didn't show myself, but he showed himself, but he didn't want to show his face. So then he's like, pull up to a rancho over here, and you know, I'm like, nah, will you pull over here? Like, nah, pull up over here and this and that. I'm like, nah.
Those are kind of sketchy.
Yeah, it was already sketchy, fake page. This, I'm like, nah. So I hesitated right there, and I'm like, you know, follow your instinct, your gut feeling, you know. So like I said, it's just, you know, as músicos, we go through a lot of stuff. You know?
Los gafes del oficio, pues.
Yeah, so yeah, with Commander, I was there for a while, and I mean, you miss your family too. A lot of that, todo eso de irte en viaje, you know, le hablas a tu familia, están celebrando el cumpleaños de tu mamá, and you're not there.
Yeah, definitely.
Después de un tiempo, te pega. Me acuerdo I had depression for a bit, like, I'm not home, and I just wanted to be home with my family, you know.
That's the thing, compa, that we're so used to gigging weekends. We're so used to not seeing the family on the weekends. We're so used to not really frecuentando con la familia, pues, porque toda la familia, los adultos, we're all working Monday through Friday, lo que sea. The weekends son los únicos días que tienen para poder reunirse, para convivir todo el pedo. En el fin de semana, pues, uno está trabajando. Yeah. So like you hit a very big important thing was, you know, viajando, being away and shit like that. Like and like you said yourself, you hit a depression because of all that, you know, not seeing your family, not being with your parents and shit like that. How did you get through it, compa? Like, what helped
Well,
you get
that's
through it?
when I stopped playing with them.
You completely...
Yeah, well, we started going through issues right there. So he told us, hey, take a few months off. And then it was just more like, hey, pues that's it, you know? Like, we all just parted ways. And But like I said, I kept the cool as out with him. He's my homie, es como un amigo. He's helped me so much. Every time I go to Culiacán, he's always there. Siempre me ha apoyado. And, you know, Alfredo me ha dado muchos consejos. And yo estoy bien agradecido. I don't care lo que la gente diga. Es mi compa, and he knows that a mí no me importa cuánta feria tenga, lo que haga, lo quién es. Yo como compa, like, I appreciate him.
You
know?
appreciate him, yeah.
You know, nos hablamos machín, and siempre me invita, hey, Kyle, let's do this, let's do that. And, you know, cuando él venía para acá, yo lo llevaba, lo manejaba places. And even when I wasn't playing, I'll drive him around, we'll be chilling, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like my homie. So, you know, él sí me ayudó mucho. That was a big chapter in my life that you know, I'm grateful for. It was something nice.
So once you get out, compa, once you get out of Commander, what's your next step? Like, what do you think? I mean, you know, you said you were a little bit depressed or shit like that. ¿Te entran ganas de seguir en la música o
Well, I didn't know what to do because I didn't sing, I didn't work. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? I was still going depressed. I didn't have money. I had a car payment, I had a truck, I had, you know, bills.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? But I felt my health was more important, you know. So then I was like, man, so no money, no nothing. I wasn't even gigging because I didn't know a lot of músicos in LA because I just went from hobby to El Commander. I skipped the middle part where like you meet all the músicos and you know músicos and hey, I'm up for gigging now and
where
and everybody hooks you up, you know.
You skipped that whole fucking scene, compa. You skipped that whole. Yo conocí a tal persona at this gig because I was helping out this guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help out these guys next week. So
I skipped all that.
You meet those
so
guys.
I didn't know músicos in LA at that time because I just went boom, you know.
Yeah.
So then people, I couldn't tell who am I gonna tell you. I'm you know, estoy listo para tocar. Like I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
So then unos camaradas ahí in the hood right there in East LA, you know, a mi compa Omar, al Rafa right there, al compa Mando. They'll tell me like, hey, you know, canta, you know, like we'll pay you. I'm like, nah, no manches. I don't sing, you know? And then they're like, yeah, you know, canta, you know, like we'll pay you. I'm like, nah, I need the money though. I'm like, fuck, you know, he's like, just bring the accordion. So I brought the accordion, I'll sing, they'll pay me, you know, a little leve, you know, whatever. But it was like, to me, like, damn, making money, you know?
Yeah.
Because at that time, between that period and when I got out Commander, I had a truck, had a lining, and I didn't have money, so I'll go put gas with quarters. And that thing will hit me because when I was with Commander, I'll get cash on the weekend. I used to go and put freaking $100 every weekend. I wash my truck. $100, pay 100. My truck was always fresh. And then out of nowhere, boom, I didn't have cash. I was like, damn. And I was putting quarters like with gas. I was like, damn, let it hit me. So then they're like, we'll pay you. I'm like, all right. Then so I started, you know, singing it. Then I'll bring in a sexto, and then that's when like, all right, let's play our sexto accordion, and then boom, more hours. I started trying a little bit more, and then they started paying me, and they motivated me. So they got clients, and I started playing and like for other people. Then like, hey, bring a tuba, and then like that.
Yeah, se empezó a armar el
yeah, like, hey, play at this fool's party, play at a bautizo, and it just started moving up, you know. So then I started getting músicos. Porque ya tenía más chamba, and like I started getting buzz, started charging a little bit more, and they hit me, hey, play at this. Now I went from the little manecillas, play at this restaurant. We want you to, you know, play a long time, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll play there, and you know, empecé a tocar, y luego I started playing some spot right there, Los Volcanes. Nos bajo sexto accordion, like 15 hours, and I started, you know, and from there, like, so I went from amanecidas to, so pretty much like con el Commander, me caí para abajo.
You fucking dropped,
you know?
and you're like on the way
again, you know. So then when they started hitting me up for big parties, quinceañeras, I'm like, hey, now I need a drummer or whatever.
Now you need an actual
grupo.
And shit.
So then ya traje el grupo y todo, y empezó así, y yo siempre quería grabar en vivo, you know, ahí un CD. So then a los guys que yo tenía ya ahí hechos, I told them, hey, hay que grabar un disco, and they're like, nah, pues it's because it's feria, you know. So I'm like, man, like I wanted to do grupo. It's not a lot, like no, you know, like it's too much money. I'm like, all right, les dije, mira, yo voy a pagar todo. ustedes van a pagar sus standards, whatever, pero el proyecto,
va a ser
Ruiz.
mío.
Va a ser Michael Ruiz. Así quedó. And they said, okay, cool. Y les dije, all right, así va a quedar. Boom, I paid the CD. I would sacrifice myself. I paid the bocinas by myself. Paid everything by myself. They would get paid. Y quedó Michael Ruiz.
Yeah.
So a lot of people que no sabe why is it Michael Ruiz, así quedó Michael Ruiz, because nobody wanted to do a group.
No, nobody wanted to invest. No.
Nobody wanted to make it's hard, you know. Me respeto for the groups that do and the groups that don't like to invest. That's cool too. Cada quien tiene su plan y me respeto. I'm just saying it for me. You don't want to help me, I'll do it on my own, and it's Michael Ruiz, you know.
The thing is, compa, it's a heavy investment. You know, it's bocinas, grabaciones, ensayos, where you practice, those practice spots, you know, when we go to practice at those places, cuando te cobran por hora and shit like that, pues todo cuesta, compa,
Yeah,
you know?
no, of course, I respect everybody. Like I said, that's how it's about. But at the same time, like every time they ask me like for advice, I say, if you're making something of it's hard, like you said, we all have bills, and I respect it. But at the same time, if this box is giving you have to maintain the box so it could give you more.
Exactly.
So you gotta maintain it. So if you don't put, eventually it's gonna run out because you're not maintaining it. You know? Like a car. So like I said, everybody thinks different, and it's hard because like right now, when we go practice, I pay for everything. I don't pay the músicos that go with me. I pay everything. The bocinas, I pay for everything. Videos, I pay for everything. Pictures, I pay for everything. Why? Because it's my project. But that's why every person that I tell on my Instagram, on social media, I tell you, every time you support me, when you buy merchandise, when you support anything I do and I make money, that gives me the opportunity to be able to make more music.
Yeah.
Because I pay everything. So that's why I tell people that support me and all that, you know, other people that show love that I'm always thankful for. That's how I pay for, like you said, bocinas. I pay for videos, audio, practice time, all that is because you guys support my project. Because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to pay those stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So like I always tell people, like, because of you, and that's what it is. Not because, you know, you're just trying to tell people to make them feel better. No. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to pay what I pay for my project to keep going.
And that's what it is, you know, with every musician. You know, we make a living off of you guys. You know, we make a living. Even the small local groups, you know what I mean? Like even si hay un cliente que me contrata 4 o 5 veces al año, you know, that guy is giving me money to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
my family money to eat and shit like that. So it's where I don't understand, where a lot of the times the musician or the artista, whatever, se sienten muy like, I don't need, you know, like I don't need you, or like, you know what I mean? Like se ponen bien a veces muy culero, la neta.
Like some artists that they're like that.
Yeah, that they're like, fuck these fools and blah blah. Nah, compa, we're eating because of these people.
The right saying is the artist is nothing without their fans, and that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah.
You can have great talent, but if you don't appreciate your fans, you're not gonna have fans, you know.
And also like a lot of the times musicians are tenemos que ser muy agradecidos con todos. You know, every time you pull up to a gig and shit, you know, pull up and hablarle con respeto a todos los que están allí and you know, because like I said, you know, you're eating.
Yeah. The clients, the músicos too that help you. Grateful with them, because without them, your project wouldn't be. Even as a group, if you have a group and one person doesn't do good, the whole group will fall. So just be grateful with the fans, the músicos, yourself, your fan, everybody at the end, because it's all a puzzle, you know. So the músicos that have helped me, I appreciate. It's hard, like I said, like, you know, being a solista is not because I wanted to be, but that's just how my project started, you know.
That's just how terminó.
Así es como empezó y así es como va, y that's what it is, you know. Michael Ruiz, you know? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that have that in mind, why Michael Ruiz, that's what happened.
Yeah, a lot of times people, you know, look at a solista as like somebody arrogant, somebody like, porque es Michael Ruiz, the high guy, como que se siente en las nubes,
que solo él.
Solo él and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of fucked up, you know, porque a la vez, pues, uno no sabe, you know, what you go through, what's going on, what it is that you put into the project so you can be the name of the project or be the face of the project or lo que sea. What is your perception of, or what have people, you know, said about you and shit like that que te cae like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, it is messed up because, pues, muchos te juzgan sin conocerte, you know? Like, ellos no saben lo que uno como solista, no es como que si dice, hey, yo quiero ser solista porque yo quiero que sea todo mío, yo quiero ser la foto yo quiero estar enfrente. Así no fue esto. Mucha gente, if you don't know me, if you don't know who I am, that's not how my project started. It was because the people around me didn't want to make a group, so they told me, you be the solista. I said, okay.
So they have told, like,
some
said
people
shit about you.
Yeah, some people right there have, like, send me messages on Instagram. You know, they try to be like, oh, you look like you're a bad person. That's why you do good stuff, because you're a bad person. I could see it in your face. I'm just like, you know, like, I'm just like, I don't even look at other people's. I can't judge him because of how he looked. I worry about myself, and I just worry about my life. And they tell me that, and I just tell them, like, you know, you don't know me. And, you know, and like I said, if I do something good, you do it because you're bad. If you do something bad, you're doing something bad. So it's like, it makes no sense at the end, you know? So it does feel messed up because they judge you without knowing. But like I said, este proyecto empezó porque así fue como lo quiso el destino. I'm here now. And like I said, it feels messed up that they misjudge you for being a solo artist because it's hard, like I said.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is también, like, no puedes complacer a toda la gente. O sea, a lot of the people, a lot of those people that say, oh, you know, you're a bad person are usually the bad person. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times those people are just looking at reasons to hate on you for no fucking reason. And I feel like being a solista, you get it even worse, compa. Like, you get it even, like, cuando, just because your name is on a fucking flyer, that's gonna be, hay que suponer que, let's say, for instance, el más cercano aquí, el Malecón. Just because your name is on fucking El Malecon's flyer, they're like, fuck that fool, you know? Like no tiene ni por qué, like, enojarse contigo y anda bien encabronados, you know what I mean?
And Tripa, a homie, pues, you know, un camarada me agarró para una gig. Es un rapper, se llama King Little G. Él, me agarró para una tocada y, I was chopping it up with him. Yo llegué ahí a su house, you know, early and I was chilling with him. I was just talking to him and just, you know, asking him for advice and stuff like that. So, we're chopping it up, and this is the sad part. He told me, I'm like, what advice you give me, Alex? And he told me, you want me to tell you something, bro? He's like, yeah. He's like, for every fan that you have, there's 2 haters behind them. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, when you have a fan looking at your stuff, behind that fan, there's 2 people saying, ese güey vale verga. And it's like, fuck, that shit, esa madre me pegó el corazón. I was like, damn, that's sad.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and it's messed up. And he gave me that advice, you know?
Yeah.
Saludos mi compa Alex, and it marked my head when he told me that. And, like, it's sad because it's like, me personally, if I don't like something, I just turn the page.
I just don't pay attention,
Like, I'm like, oh, that's cool, right? You know, and I keep going. That's how I am. Yeah. But some people are just like, nah, fuck this and that. I mean, it's cool, you know. Like I said, if you don't, you know, like say some people, they don't like my project. Like, that's cool. Like that's good, you know.
If you don't like it,
I don't do it for you. I do it for the people that do like it.
Yeah.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
I do it for the people that do like my project, not for the people that don't. If you don't like it, I don't be like, no, well, fuck you. And I don't go at it like that. I don't fight fire with fire. I just like, oh, you don't like it? That's cool, bro. You know, blessings. I do it for the people that do like it, which is more people than the usual of you saying that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't like my project, I mean, it's cool. That's cool. You like what you like. That's cool. I'm not arguing. That's cool. But there's more people that do like it, so I'm gonna just keep going for them.
The thing is, it's like, why are you gonna ruin it for other people? You know what I mean? Like, why are you gonna, like, for instance, let's say, estoy viendo un video tuyo, and por algo no me parece. Why am I gonna fucking write that comment like, fuck you, que esto y que lo otro, blah blah, like, and then the next person is gonna be like, why is this fool talking shit? The other one after that is probably gonna agree with you. The other one probably is not. You know what I mean? Like, why even put that fucking idea out. You know what I mean? Si es algo negativo, ¿para qué sacarlo? You know what I'm saying?
And it always happens to me, and like I'm used to it. Like me and my music, when I sing, I move a lot. Like I like to dance, and like I like it because I feel my music. I don't give a because I don't care. Like I'm feeling my music. I'm in my world, and I like it.
Well, that's one of the things. You know that's one of the things that I appreciate about musicians. Like when mi compa Junior Salazar. And one of the things that I told them was, compa, like when you're out there moving, like you know, like I can tell you love doing what you're doing. Yeah. You know, like I can tell that estás acá movido y todo el rollo, pones un show para que la gente, aparte de que not only are liking the way you sing, but are liking the energy that you're fucking giving them. You know, you give a solid energy. Yeah. And I saw yours too, compa. Like, you know, you're out here moving and shit. You're fucking, you know, dancing. I saw a couple of videos también con mi compa Fernando Tapia. Saludazo mi compa. And igual, you know, you're just hype. You're moving and shit like that. Yeah. And it's one of the things that maybe people look at it like, what the fuck is that for doing? You know, pero, you know, you're feeling your music, compa. You know,
what it is.
Estás en todo derecho
that's what it is.
De sentirte así and
a lot of people don't get it, and like that's just me. I fucking feel my music, and there's no problem with it. If you don't like it, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I'm feeling it. That's it, you know.
You know who was one of the like big rappers that they give a lot of shit to? I don't know if you remember. I'm just now remembering. Drake with the song Hotline Bling. I don't know if you remember that shit. Que estaba bailando y todo el pedo, and then they started making memes
about it
and all that shit, and just like, why are you guys doing?
And they're laughing at him, and he's over there cashing out.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like.
But
my whole thing was like, I thought it was pretty cool that, you know, he's like moving, he's vibing with his music, he's chilling, like it's just something that I think that is pretty cool, like when you vibe with your own music and shit like that.
Yeah, hold it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, they make fun of how I dance, and I see it, and I'm not tripping. Like, you know, there's a few musical homies that mi respeto. I mean, someone don't like it, and it's cool, my boy. You know, like that's how I am, and I like it, and I'm happy, and that's just what it is, man. And like I said, cada quien tiene su estilo. If I don't like what you do, mi respeto still, I just keep going, you know?
Yeah,
like I said,
I just keep it pushing.
Yeah, just keep it pushing my own, like, oh, this was doing that, oh, that's cool, and I'm doing this, oh, that's cool, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
So like I said, I just mi respetos para todos, everybody has their style, and all it has to be is to stand out, you know?
Yeah, and in this business, compa, you know, you keep moving forward, you keep gigging, te la pasas, you know, chambeando and shit like that. Sadly, you know, there's a lot of setbacks in this business. A lot of times it's natural setbacks, a lot of times it's shit that just happens when musicos do you dirty and blah blah, you know what I mean? And you had I started noticing that, you know, you started playing accordion and then you stopped de tiro playing accordion. Can you explain a little bit what was going on? Or?
So a lot of people don't know, maybe like around 2015 or 16, 14, around there. I don't really remember, but in those times when I would play the accordion, I had a ball right here in my hand. So it started bugging me. I had a ball right here in my left forearm, and me empezó a doler. So empecé a ir al doctor y me empezaron a decir que era cáncer. So me dijo que era cáncer, and like me cambió la vida, right? Like that shit, my mind. Llegué a la casa, you know, agüitado, crying like, damn, you know, me chop on my arm. Ya estuvo, what's going on? ¿Qué va a pasar? Estuve así por un año, análisis, like, man, like, that shit messed me up, guacho, you know?
Yeah.
So, me hicieron una cirugía aquí en mi left forearm, y una vez subí una foto, y cuando iba a tener cirugía, no puse por qué, nomás puse, oh, you know, sea lo que Dios diga. Porque me dijeron, si te levantas y estás en el cancer center, you have cancer. Si te levantas and you're in the same room, you're good.
Yeah.
So, as soon as I woke up, I looked at the spot, like, I'm in the same place. Like, I'm in the same place. Like, I was like, damn, you know, like, I'm good. Like, oh, yeah, like, damn. Y cuando subí la foto, la gente dijo, oh, se cayó del razor. What happened? You broke your arm. Like, everybody was saying, I'm like, dude, I just fought the biggest battle of my life, and you're over here, like, but I never put it right there, like,
what it was.
You know, tuve esto, tuve tu... I no quería que la gente dijera también, oh, he wants you to feel bad. Like, it was my personal thing, you know, so... A la gente que no sabe por qué no toco el accordion, ¿no? Es porque, you know, tuve ese problema y no me siento a gusto. A veces sí la toco porque tengo una para sacar mi música y eso. Or sometimes I play in some gigs, you know. pero usualmente ya no porque no me siento a gusto, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. So la gente que nunca supo por qué o qué pasó, porque ya no tengo el accordion, fue por esa cirugía que tuve y pues me cambió todo, you know?
Like waking up, compa, and realizing like I'm solid. You know, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm sure it's a fucking obviously life changing, right? But it's just something that like a big relief.
Yeah,
know
like
what I
you
mean?
feel like honestly, like I know a lot of people that go through stuff or are going through stuff. One of my friends, he told me that his wife's battling a breast cancer. So I told her that like, hey, you know what? This is just a battle from God to make you, you know, appreciate everything else that's coming because you know you just gotta be strong. So like when I woke up, I felt like I was born again. And I was like, damn, I'm in the same room, like. You know, like hell yeah. And,
How has that? How has that? You know, how has that motivated you, or you know, set you back, or whatever? To
I think not even as my music, but as a person. That's why I think I am how I am. Sometimes like I'm just very thankful, and some people are like, oh, you just want to be a good person because you're dirty, and I'm just like I'm just how I am because of what I've been through, man. Like not because I'm like that, but because what I've been through. I've been through a lot of stuff that you don't know what I've been through. Oh, you just want me to feel bad for you. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've been through stuff that you don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why I am the person I am because, like I said, I come from the hood. I seen stuff from the hood. And yo también, you know, yo pasé por todo eso también. So, like, you know, a lot of people misjudge you. Like, you don't know what I've been through or who I am. So, I mean, like I said, that's just, you get misjudged a lot. And that changed my life. And like I said, if I could give back sometimes, I try to give back. And, you know, I have my stuff, personal stuff too. And like I said, though, like, you know, hopefully one day God gives opportunities to make it and, you know, we could help, you know. Yeah. Oscar de la Hoya, he was a big role model for me because I'm from East LA and he used to always go give turkeys to a middle school in the hood every Thanksgiving. Always va a estar Oscar de la Hoya. Va a estar Oscar de la Hoya. Every year he was there and I was like, man, hopefully one day I could give back to the hood, you know?
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, he has turkeys he's giving to the hood, you know?
Yeah, definitely, compa. Yeah. That's I mean, that's one of those things that, like, you try to, you know, push, you know, being a good person. You try to ser alguien ejemplar, right?
Yeah, an example for the youth because remember we were youth and even right now, you know, I put up the podcast and then some guy named Ryan, he's from South Central, he's always supporting me and thankful he put, you know, what advice you give for the youth, you know?
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying, like just remember that whatever you do, a little kid is looking up to you.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
So,
I mean, no tienes que ser the biggest person, you know. You can always, you know, show a little support to sea fucking not even like a whole ass middle school, you know, but to the people from your block and shit like that to fucking be a good role model, fucking darle un pinche morrillo un dolarito like, hey, you know, keep going to school, keep fucking you know, helping out your mom, helping out your dad, sea lo que sea. Try to be an example.
Yeah, an example, attention. And just give them that attention. You know?
That goes a long way. You know, like that shit is one of the things that I definitely try to you know, tell my family, you know, tell my little cousins and shit like that. Hey, saben qué, like do this or try to give them an example to do this or lo que sea, and I think that's pretty cool, compa. You know, like,
the youth just attention by like acknowledging them, like, hey man, échale ganas. You as a kid, you look up to somebody and they acknowledge you, like, damn, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like how you said, Oscar de la Hoya, you know, you would always look up to him and be like, damn, like he's giving back to the hood, he's giving back to the community where he's from and shit like that. I'm pretty sure, you know, everybody has one of those stories and shit like that. So try to make a positive turn to somebody's life, a positive un recuerdo bonito and shit like that, you know, try to do that. Compa, you come from LA, a solista. And during this time, you know, se frecuenta mucho que hay mucho grupo, muchos, o sea, agrupaciones que ya están formadas and shit like that, and there's not that many solistas. How does that feel? How do you feel knowing that, you know, you're one of the solistas around here in LA and stuff like that?
It has its positives and its negatives though. Sometimes it feels bad because you have all these grupos very united. Mi respetos. I love seeing groups that that are very united. And to me, it's sick. Mis compas los desvelados, saludos. They're a very group that I know for a long time that they've always been very united.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, damn, that's really cool. So it's like, as me as a solista, when I see other grupos, it kind of like, say they have their barbecues and they have their stuff, that's cool, and me, I'm a solista. And I have musicos, but at the same time, a lot of musicos, not that I don't think I pay bad, but the thing is that they want to be in a grupo.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people that think that, Michael, has different drummer or whatever, it's not because I'm a bad person or I don't pay. It's because a lot of músicos, you guys know, want to have a grupo.
Yeah.
And that's cool, my respetos. So a lot of people that have that doubt, just know that you guys know as a músico, they want to have a grupo.
And the thing is, not only that, compa, it's very difficult as a solista to be as united as an agrupación.
Yeah.
For instance, I have my grupo, and we tend to talk amongst each other and shit like that.
Yeah.
Pero cuando uno solista and shit like that, you can only like go so far as being united. You know what I mean? It's just weird, compa. It's just a weird feeling.
And that's what I'm telling you. It has its pros and cons. Y pues uno a veces se siente mal porque pues mira los grupos, como un solista, and it's like, like I can't do nothing porque ya es Michael Ruiz y no me pude ir para atrás,
Yeah.
I've done so much. I pushed, I'm not so, I'm not up there or whatever, but I think that, I've pushed myself.
You invested a lot of time, compa, a lot of money, a lot of, como quien dice, blood, sweat, and tears. So it's like, it's just kind of, I don't want to say backtracking, compa, but it's like, that's just the project and that's the way it's going. To do something otherwise, it just wouldn't be just for you. Like, meaning, it wouldn't be fair for yourself.
Yeah, because I already pushed, pushed ahead a lot.
Yeah. But it's just like you're saying, like sometimes it's like I guess you can say like a lonely road. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm Michael Ruiz, and I'm not gonna have that union in a group, but you can only do so much to be like, okay, like yo voy a tratar de ser buena persona con los músicos, and si me quieren seguir, me siguen, y si no, pues.
Yeah. So eso está, como te digo, eso es una de las cosas de que, like, it kind of hits you, like, man, porque muchos músicos tienen su grupo, so mis respetos, pero, like I said, mi proyecto ya empezó y es lo que es, and I can't go back, So, like I said, I'm very thankful, though, para todos los músicos que me echan la mano. I'm very thankful all the time, que están al 100 conmigo y no me quedan mal y todo. I'm very thankful for you guys, and like I said, en lo que yo pueda ayudarles, a veces les digo, hey, stay with me, y tú me ayudas a bit, and then I'll help you later. I mean, networking, I could connect you with people you need, and we help each other.
Exactly,
I get in a club, te meto a ti tu group later, and, mi compa me ayudó, y así, we help each other out,
Like I've always said también, this business is networking. Networking is one of the main things in this business. Aparte de siendo respetuoso, metiendo el ensayo, and just network with all the people that you can. Como el día de mañana usted me ayuda en algo, yo lo ayudo en esto, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's how you guys elevate yourselves, not just yourself, but you elevate each other.
Exactly.
To
That's
help,
a big thing. At the end of the day, este consejo que me dieron, que es sad but true, que no es lo que tú sepas, es a quien conoces. At the end of the day. And it's sad porque lo he visto,
Yeah.
It's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know at the end. So
you could be the world's best
of the best.
Best of the best.
Pero si el vato de acá, he's not the best, pero conoce a alguien, él lo van a meter
They're always
allá.
gonna help him out and shit like that.
So it is what it is. Like I said, I mean, it's part of life y hay que echarle ganas, y mi respeto para todos los grupos, though, todos los solistas, everybody, we're doing our thing. And like I said, I just love seeing my homies in the area make their dreams come true. Ramoncito Legado 7, I know him from a while back already. So I seen him, you know, when he was in la nueva escuela. Before that, cuando acompañaba a los dos grandes, like, and look at him now, you know. So it's possible to come out of the hood and make it. So,
La nueva escuela de
when he used to be
with
with Mario from Hijos de la Plaza.
yeah.
Yeah, they used to have a grupo, Ramoncito, and they used to be a grupo. Y pues they did their thing, and cada quien su rollo. Y pues Ramoncito's doing good, and you know, dreams come true right in the hood.
No, definitely, and shout out to you, compa. I have a lot of people asking me también, like, oh, you know, you should get Ramoncito on. Hopefully we're able to do that. I haven't reached out, but I definitely will.
Yeah, for sure. I even que mi compa se echa la vuelta. It's a cool podcast. Thank you, my compa right here for making it happen, and thank you for this badass taza too. Right? Jorge, I'm fucking faded.
Yeah, compa. No, compa. Entonces, you know, what's one of the things that you love most about this business, compa?
One of the things I love at the end of the day is when I'm on stage. Just people recording, people, you know, vibing with you. People just, that's one of the things I just love. That when I'm on stage, that's it. When I'm on stage and it's cracking, and even when it's not cracking. One time, this is a show I'm never gonna forget. I was in Moreno Valley. It was a club. And I think they had just put like 2 grupos. And I told the club guy, hey, put more grupos para que pues it could get more, you know, more music, you know. Y llegaron como 10 people. And one of my boys, a drummer, my compa Dante, mi compa Gabriel Dante, ahí, Donate, he plays with Omar Ruiz.
Oh, okay,
the drummer,
okay.
my compa Gabriel.
Compa.
My compa Gabriel, he was drumming with me. Me pregunta, hey, how do you feel about there's no people, you know? Mm-hmm. And I told him, and he knows, I told him, I think that God does this so that the day it is packed, I remember this moment. Mm-hmm. And he was like, fuck, that's crazy. I would have never thought about that.
That's some deep shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why. Like, that's what it is, you know? Like I said, y aunque me haga mal o lo que sea, me pagan. Y yo a los músicos siempre les pago. Any homie that's played with me knows that si me va mal en un nightclub, yo tan siquiera agarro para los músicos. Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
Yo no gano. That's why a lot of people don't understand those times neither. When it's bad, I lose. My musicians get something, but I lose.
Yeah, that's the thing. That a lot of times you work, you have deals with the club promoters, the club owners, or lo que sea. Like, oh, you know, maneja la puerta. If you can, you know, sell out, then you get a percentage and shit like that, or whatever sells from the bottles, or whatever sells from this, or lo que sea. Entonces, if it's a bad night, not that many people show up, you won't get paid, but at least the guys that are helping you out or get paid. I mean, in other instances, a lot of other musicians just say, oh, pues no nos fue bien, and that's it.
Yeah, no, y mi respeto para todos mis compas that have been with me, because si no me va bien, they hook me up. Like, all right, compa Michael, like, it's cool, y les doy tanto, or something, something, you know? Because at the end of the day, they're there because they had a compromiso, y it's not their fault, you know?
Yeah,
because definitely. The day I do win and I make big, Yeah. You get me? Pero ellos agarran su fair thing, you know? Su fair. So like I said, I mean, it's part about, like I said, another thing, being a solista, you know? So that's just how it goes. And like I said, everything has its pros and its cons. And like I said, that show, my compa Dante, he was there and he asked me, and that shit hit me right there.
So I mean, I know we talked about what you love about the music. What's one of the things that, you know, in this music business that you feel like, I love playing music, I love singing, I love playing accordion, I love doing this, but if only I didn't have to do this.
What's one thing I wouldn't want to have to do? One thing I would
like the musica, you know, like
part as a musico,
like as a
part
musico.
As a musico, like being a solista, or like just a musico in
No,
general?
just being in the music scene in general. Like, was one of the things. Like, I know a lot of people don't like. Oh, I wish I didn't have to deal with fucking, you know, gente borracha. You know, okay. I wish I didn't have to deal with que me piden la misma canción, or I wish I didn't have to deal with all this. Like, what's one of the things that you know, like, you know, I love music, but I can be.
I wish I couldn't.
I wish I didn't have to do this. You know.
One thing I think I'd say is I wish I didn't have to. I know it's part of the process and it's part of that all musicos go through it. But as me, as a musico, I have to be like the manager. I have to be the producer. I have to be the musician. I have to be the everything. I mean, I have I have a road manager, but at the end of the day, I say the say. I get the gigs, everything. But at the end of the day, I wish I didn't have to be all that. Like I'm the producer. I'm the investor. I'm the artist. I'm the coordinator for the musical. I'm the the author. I write the songs. I'm like 9-10 people in one person. So it's something that us solistas that you guys know, we go through it. And like I said, the investor, the author, the musico, the producer, the manager, the choreographer with the musicals, everything, the show, the planner, everything, like the designer. I design my shirts, my clothes. So I'm the designer too. I'm freaking everything. So it's like I'm like 8 people in one. Eventually, si Dios me presta vida, I know that when you hit a certain level, I don't do anything.
You have people that take care
I have
of
my
everything.
designer, I have my choreographer, I have my
Pero no
manager.
se crea, compa, right now you have that pressure, right?
Yeah.
You have that pressure that, you got to make sure. Aparte de eso, I think it's pretty cool because that shows that, you love what you're doing, compa.
Yeah.
It shows that, I'm putting in the effort. I want this shit to look good. I want this shit to sound good. I want this shit to make people realize, like, oh, esta madre estaba chingón, Michael Ruiz fucking came and put on a show and everybody was on point, started on time, fucking sounded good. I like seeing that you actually enjoy what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the times there's musicians that ay, como salga lo que sea.
Yeah.
Fucking the grupo is not well dressed or not well dressed, but like tanto mixed match and all that stuff that goes with that. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool, compa, because you can tell that you love doing what you want to look good, compa, because it's your project. You know
and I see other artists that inspire me. So like I said, I know people pay to see what the show they want, and I just try to give the best I can, because I put myself as a fan, and that's why sometimes as a fan I see as a fan I look at a group or something and like they're getting down, like they're into it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I have to give my fans,
But where I was going at was, compa, right now maybe you're stressed out, but I'm pretty sure once you hit a bigger level, it's even more stress on top of it. Cause like this club gig that you want shit to go good, there's gonna be a theater or a fucking civic center or lo que sea that you're gonna be like, no, I want this shit to look even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just comes down with it, compa. Igual with the grupo. I mean, right now it's just kind of like you said earlier. Sorry, it's just like, okay, you're doing everything. You're the one doing all this shit. Like, hey, let's show up on this time. Let's wear this. Let's do that. Let's practice here. Let's practice there. But with the group, we're kind of like, okay, what day can we practice? Okay, let's all practice this day. Okay, what should we wear? Oh, let's wear this. Or what, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, compa, ahorita tiene el estrés bien alto, pero once you start doing bigger arenas, and I know you will because, compa, like you know, hay talento para eso and shit like that. So I'm pretty sure, it's just gonna be even harder.
Hopefully,
you know what I mean?
compa, hopefully one day it all pays off. Like I said, it's just it's part of the process. That's why they say trust the process. I was sure, and it says trust the process, and it's part of the process. Like I said, and I'm just very thankful. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And I know all it takes is one door, una puerta que se te abra y te fuiste. That's all it takes,
Yeah, definitely. And compa, you spoke a little bit about being an author.
Yeah.
You have a couple corridos. You have a couple songs that you have de su puño y letra, como dicen. There's a corrido that I personally liked was Correteando el Dinero.
Oh, okay.
And I personally thought it was a pretty cool song, like just talking about, going after money, going after doing what you got to do, taking care of what you got to take care of to keep moving forward and shit like that. So what I wanted to ask was, how do you come up with this, or what's the process of, escribiendo un corrido? Like, how's your process?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite songs I wrote. That song, Correteando el Dinero, if you check it out, if you hear it, it's about a guy that he's chasing the money. He's working so hard making money, he's doing his thing that he forgets about his family,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he's making so much money until he gets locked up, and then he realizes that it wasn't about the money and he can't buy time,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like I said, that story is a real corrido for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So a homie of mine, his primo got locked up and he's doing, a long time, and he told me, hey, my cousin, a lot of people don't know about the corrido, but my cousin, he's gonna do this time, and he feels bad because he didn't appreciate his family and all that time that he wasted chasing the money. He didn't appreciate his family.
Yeah.
So that's where that song comes from,
And I thought it was something that we can all relate to. A lot of times we're too stuck or too focused on making the money. Let's fucking keep working. Let's keep doing this shit. And you guys, we have a schedule where it's like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm working. That a lot of times we don't really appreciate. Our family.
Yeah,
we don't really
time goes like this, compa. Time goes like this.
We don't appreciate our parents. We don't appreciate all this stuff. And I thought it would be a good thing to talk about because a lot of times we as musicians, we're so busy on the weekends. We're so busy on, okay, salió tocada. A lot of the times we have, people that, like myself, that work a Monday through Friday job. We fucking work Friday nights, work Saturdays, work Saturday nights, work Sundays, and we're so focused on living a better life that we forget about, or not really forget about, but we push to the side
the priceless moments.
Yeah.
Which is our family, because at the end of the day, your parents don't get younger, they get older,
Exactly.
So todo lo que tú haces, at the end, el dinero que hagas, no vas a valorar el tiempo que tiene tu family member,
Yeah.
So that song, that's where it comes out. Is no valoré por estar correteando el dinero,
Yeah.
Which is, the family.
That's why I thought it was like when I heard it, I thought it was pretty cool. That one's on Fernando Tapia's channel as well, no?
It's on Spotify. That one, it has like 900,000 streams. I didn't. No, it's on Compa Paco.
Oh, Compa Paco.
Yeah,
Compa
en
Paco.
vivo on Compa Paco, and I want to do a music video for it. I think it would be super badass.
No,
being in a courtroom, with the family there and just looking at them and seeing. I think, I'm waiting for that moment. Maybe talk to a company and we do something really sick.
Like envisioning.
Yeah, being at the courtroom and no valoré por esta correcta, and looking at the family,
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it'll be something super sick, like just singing it. And my music, a lot of people don't know. If you listen to my music, it's all about the lyrics. I don't know how a lot of people like beats now. I hear a lot of songs that they say the same stuff, just cool beats. But mine's is just lyrics. I'm just lyrically. And if you pay attention to my songs, El Mundo Gira too, that's another one I have.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs. It just says, un día estás abajo, mañana arriba, El Mundo Gira, which is like, life changes.
Life goes on.
Yeah,
like,
life
you're
changes
up,
360. Life, one day you're down, next day you're doing it,
No, definitely, compa.
So,
one other thing I wanted to ask you about, as you gradually advance or gradually, get better, you start playing music, you start doing this, start doing that, you naturally learn, new things, how to sing better, how to play better, how to do this. What's one of the things that maybe you didn't know before and, you would like to tell people like, oh, maybe you should do this? Un consejo que le puedas dar a un músico that's coming up and in this music industry.
Un consejo que para los músicos, I didn't know, is that always write your music. Mm-hmm. Always write your music, even though you think it's no good. Write your music because at the end, it makes you stand out. If I knew how to write music, or if I would have tried to push myself to write music way longer, I would have done it. And like I said, just write your music. When I go to play parties or clubs, people ask me for my songs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, write your music, and like I said, El Commander, he gave me a great advice. He said shoot 1,000 shots. 1,000 shots, meaning every shot es como una canción.
Yeah.
Tírale 1,000 tiros con unas 2, 3 tiros que hagas, como un basketball, ya la hiciste.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's just that's just an advice from Musicos, and don't look at other Musicos songs because you'll be like, oh damn, he's doing it. I'm never gonna write something like that. Like worry
Don't
about what
put
you're
yourself
doing.
down
Yeah,
and
don't
shit.
put. It's happened to me, but just put you and worry about you and just do you. That's pretty much it.
Damn, compa, I appreciate that. I also want to aprovechar el momento, compa, to sing a couple songs with you, si se puede.
Oh yeah.
Gio, cut this real quick. We're going to take a piss real quick and grab the guitar and tune it real quick. Bueno, mi compa, muchas gracias, como le digo, por su tiempo, por llegar a hoy. Y aquí le vamos a presentar la canción Correteando el Dinero, de sus composiciones que estábamos hablando hace rato. Ahí para que le pongan atención a la letra y escuchen lo que dice el corrido.
Yeah, for sure. Hay para que le chequen en Spotify también. Arre.
Ahí para que la rolen, pues.
Arre, arre.
Ready? Dice.
Sentenciado de por vida, fue lo que el juez decidía. Mi familia, mis hijos y mi querida esposa lo valoré por estar correteando el dinero. Y con todo el tiempo compras. Nuestras acciones se pagan. Hay que atorarle con ganas. Camarón que duerme se lo lleva la corriente. Si Dios conmigo, ¿quién contra mí? Mi amigo, les digo. En estos versos que he escrito, a los 13 ven diagramos. Poco a poco fui escalando. 24 con mis primos metiéndoles toneladas, disfrutando de mujeres, lujos y dinero. Ni con todo el tiempo compra. Epa, mi compa. Eso. Ahí para que la chequen por ahí. Escucha mi compa Jorge. Eso. Su compa Michael Ruiz. Hizo más o menos así. Eso. Quedó por ahí un pedacito por ahí, mi compa. Eso, eso. Para que chequen la letra, para que chequen la letra.
Para que chequen la letra, la neta, como le dije, I was listening to it, compa, y me gustó un chingo la letra, pues, y es algo de las cosas que mucha gente, pues, a lot of times they just check out the beat, they just like, if it sounds catchy, it sounds good, and that's it. But don't really focus on the letra, and la neta me gustó mucho la letra, como le digo, because it ties into, you know, a busy lifestyle,
Life, what we go through.
Yeah, exactly.
And pay attention a little bit about that. We're so focused on making money, we forget about our people, our family, people we love.
Yeah, definitely, compa. Otras rolas, compa, que se quiera echar acá de unas norteñas, viejo, algo de you like, que tienen el repertorio, pues, de que le gusta tocar.
A ver, hay una que I like to sing ahí, machín. Las calles de Chihuahua, me gusta mucho.
Tono.
Esa. En sol, ahí.
Como me gustan los ojos de esa morena. Solo los miro, se me destorcije el alma. Allá nos vemos por las calles de Chihuahua para pasearnos y darnos gusto los dos. Que no te acuerdas de aquellas felices tardes que te besaba y te retorcía mil brazos. Mejor prefiero que me dieran de balazos antes de verte al lado de otro querer. Epa, mi compa. Si no me va a poner pedo aquí. Ya, compa, ahí quedó por ahí.
Ahí quedó. Last one, compa, ya para despedirnos.
Me quería echar de compadres aliados ahí con mis compas de grupo H100. Pero no está mi compa Jaciel ahí. Ese fue un dueto que man, siempre voy a estar bien agradecido. Mi compa Jaciel, otro camarada que nunca me voy a olvidar. You know, cuando hicimos ese dueto, me fui para Culiacán, le mandé un message en Instagram. Hey, voy para allá. Me dice, usted no va a venir. Y me fui para allá. Me fui para allá solo, sin conocer a nadie allá en Culiacán. I went, y mi compa me abrió las puertas de su casa y siempre voy a estar agradecido. Y le pedí el dueto y me dijo, si tú lo quieres hacer, tú lo tienes que escribir. Y pues se hizo el dueto ahí con mi compa Jaciel y de H100 y muy agradecido. También luego se hizo con mis compas de La Renovación. También se hizo el dueto ahí y I'm just very thankful. Pero como no está, no se puede. So, voy a echarme El Mundo Gira, se llama. Está en la...
Se burlaron de aquel niño que dijo sería alguien en la vida. Un día estás abajo, mañana arriba, el mundo gira. Hoy una noche especial, cumplo otro año al lado de mi familia. Por ellos le he dado todo, son mi riqueza para triunfar. Puro para arriba, es la frase que siempre a mí me motiva. Para seguir laborando con mi gente, brincamos en caliente. Rumbo hacia la finiquera, alta velocidad por el 10 me ven pasear. Con mi primo el Chilito a las amanecidas no se raja. Échale mi compa, eso. ¡Uya! Ahí para que le chequen por ahí mi compa. ¡Epa! Ahí está, se llama El Mundo Gira mi compa. That's right.
Ahí está nomás para que lo chequen, mi compa. Bueno, vamos a terminar esto, compa. Muchas gracias por llegarle. Compa, thank you. And
A todos.
agradecido con todos ustedes, los que nos han seguido apoyando. Everybody tuning in, everybody checking in, asking me who I'm bringing in next and shit like that. Estoy muy agradecido con ustedes. New Generation Barbershop, letting me use a space here. My compa Gio Stato behind the camera, making all the edits, doing all the other things that has to be done.
Yes. Can I send one shout out, man?
Yeah.
I just want to say rest in peace, Jose Manuel Samacona.
Oh my
Lead
God.
singer of
we
Los
didn't get to
Yonix.
talk about that, compa.
I'm
Pero
sure we all grew up listening to Los Yonix, so
for sure, man.
rest in peace, man.
Hoy estamos grabando el día después que falleció.
Yeah.
Falleció el 4 de julio. Estamos el 5 de julio aquí en The Barbershop grabando. A big idol, a big...
We grew up to
We
that
grew up
music.
listening to that, compa. It sucks that we didn't get to talk about that, pero pues la música está de luto en estos años que vienen, porque la neta, a big inspiration for a lot of músicos, just a big part in everybody's life, and rest in peace. La música de los Yonix va a seguir sonando y rolando por los años que vienen.
Cientos de años que vienen.
Sí, y big rest in peace.
Para descansar.
Big shout out to him and toda la familia. Our condolences estamos también grieving with the family
Yeah. And then one more shout out on a happier note. I want to send a shout out to El Compa, Diego Pacheco. If you guys
Shout
are
out,
boxing
compa.
fans, man, make sure to check him out. He's repping South Central, future world champion. So check him out, Diego
my
Pacheco.
boy, Diego Pacheco, estamos al 100, compa.
Check him out. Y pues ahí estamos.
Future world champion, my boy. Ya le dije, mi compa Diego. I told you, my boy Diego, I told you you're going to be a champion one day, compa. Estamos al 100, compa. You already know.
Ahí estamos así entonces. Muchas gracias for checking in. The Jorge Razo podcast, Conociendo los Músicos. See you guys next time.
Estamos, fierro.